Welcome back, everyone, to the High Tempo Sports Podcast, episode 101 today. It's going to be weird saying the longer episode
it's just gonna
number.
keep
Should we
getting
even
longer.
say the numbers anymore now? Is it even worth it? Or
It is worth
probably.
it.
But
we should have done just now thinking, like, hindsight 2020. We should have done the Zoe 101 intro.
yeah, we definitely could redo it, but
We're not going. We're not gonna.
This is episode 101. If you have not yet, go check out episode 100. Our upload schedule is going to be a little weird because we did the episode 100 in between our, regular upload schedule. So episode 100 just got uploaded. So you're going to have stuff to listen to for the next couple days, but definitely go check out episode 100. We had Willie, Tebow, Barry Hill on there. It was super fun.
A lot of fun. Like, we're
Crazy
gonna
fun.
do something very similar. Like, eventually, I don't know. We haven't discussed it. or
We're
anything.
going to do an opposite,
Yeah.
NBA, NFL draft.
That one's gonna be so much fun. Too.
Also, go. I'm gonna make a TikTok. By the time you're listening to this, it's probably up. Go comment on that TikTok. Who has the best team? I hope that TikTok doesn't flop, but at least all the guys that are in it hopefully will comment that their team's the best.
Oh, my team's better.
And also,
go
all right.
listen and comment.
Go check it out. Yeah, check out to see whose team is better. See who made horrible picks, who drafted a guy too high. You never know.
I'm not gonna bash the other guys, but some of them do deserve to be bashed.
Barry Hill deserves to be bashed,
But they're not here to defend themselves, so I'm not
exactly.
going to.
And then also the shout out of the day thing is going to be kind of messed up as well because like I said, episode 100 just got uploaded today and we're recording the next episode today. So obviously no one has commented that yet. Like literally it's been an hour. So
Yeah, and I think we missed the last shout out.
Yeah,
honestly,
we
and it's
did.
Jagger. Shout out Jagger.
Oh yeah, it was for Cade, right?
Yeah,
what
Cade
number
should wear
Cade should wear?
22.
I think Jordan Weber.
I think
commented
Jordan
again,
commented too. Shout out y'all.
Regular guys comment.
They're
on
the
that.
regulars.
Also, I had somebody I want to give a shout out to, but I forget who it was. Oh, that sucks.
Was it your cousin Kenny?
No, but shout out my cousin Kenny though.
Does he listen to this?
I don't know if he does.
We should get him
It'd be
to.
cool if he was right now.
Yeah.
Oh man, I really hopefully at some point it gets to me who I was gonna shout out, but yeah, I think that pretty much is.
That's the intro.
Yeah, that's the intro. So let's get into the news. Obviously, today is the day before the NBA draft, and we are doing our second mock draft. We're doing 2.0 mock. But we got some news to talk about before we do that. So first thing, NBA trade news. The first big trade. I mean, we had the Kemba Walker trade, which that was a big trade, but this is the first trade of the offseason, I guess, because that still happened when the playoffs are going on. And this is a pretty good trade. I think it's a trade that is good for both sides. So let's talk about the details of it between the Memphis Grizzlies and the New Orleans Pelicans. The New Orleans Pelicans are receiving Jonas Valanciunas, pick 17 in this draft. Their second round pick in this draft, which is 57, I think. And that's it going to New Orleans. And then the Grizzlies are receiving Steven Adams, Eric Bledsoe, the 10th pick in this draft. Their second round pick, so they each swap their first and second. And then they also get the Lakers top 4 protected pick next year that the Pelicans got in the Anthony Davis trade. So
Why is it
initial reactions.
Why is it top 4 protected? Oh, has it slowly?
No,
that come off?
they'll get it.
Oh,
if
yeah,
it's not in the top 4, then they'll just get
yeah,
it.
they
But
just get it.
it's just safe to throw
Initial
the protection on it.
reactions. This trade is one of the most even ever. There isn't much going on here. Bledsoe's kind of the big piece to me. I think Valanciunas and Steven Adams are very similar, even though they might not
Really,
play.
I feel like
They're not,
Valanciunas
play
is
similar.
the biggest piece.
What I mean by that is I think Valanciunas and Steven Adams are very comparable in overall value. So
True.
Bledsoe, who do you compare him to value wise?
Oh, I get what
Pick
you're saying.
17.
As far as this trade goes.
Yeah, this trade
I get
goes.
what you mean.
So I think Memphis probably won the trade, but it was a good trade for both teams. I
Yeah.
love Valanciunas on New Orleans. I think it works perfectly. He can shoot the ball a little
Perfect
bit better
fit
than
for
Steven
Zion,
Adams.
yeah.
And Steven Adams, what a bully to stick
I
next
think
to
he's
Jaren
a good.
Jackson.
Yeah, I think he's nice next to Jaren Jackson. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that it's definitely is a good fit for each of the team's young forwards for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Bledsoe could be. I mean, Steven Adams and Eric Bledsoe both are I would say, negative assets just because of their contracts. But I think Bledsoe only has 1 year left on his deal, or at least 1 year of guaranteed money. Steven Adams' contract is pretty bad just because they extended him for like 3 or 4 more years. But like we said, I mean, you got a higher pick in the draft, and you got another first round pick next year that you are gonna get. I mean, the Lakers are not gonna be the top. They're not gonna have a top 3 pick.
Yeah, they're not gonna be a bottom 7 team.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's a W for both squads. If I had to pick a winner, I would probably, honestly, I would give it to the Pelicans, just because they were under so much pressure to make a move, and they got so much crap for extending Steven Adams before he even played a game. And this is a huge offseason for New Orleans because they have, Zion is in his 3rd year now, and both years they've had high expectations and have not met those at all, which they shouldn't have high expectations. But
I don't get why they do.
But they did, and he's also going into his 3rd head coach too. So I think this is a great first move of the offseason for New Orleans. We'll see where it goes from here, though, because they still have a lot of other things to talk about, like Lonzo Ball is a huge one. That's another thing, too. This move for New Orleans freed up like a good amount of money. I mean, they got rid of Adams and Bledsoe's contract and took on Valanciunas, who isn't even on that big of a deal. So they can match pretty much any Lonzo offer.
Yeah, and I think,
but will they?
I really hope so. I don't want Lonzo to leave New Orleans. I think it's a good spot for him. He's really just kept getting better in New Orleans, and I think it's the lack of pressure in New Orleans, even though there is pressure to be good, like we said,
Zion.
the expectations. But like also he's playing with Zion. What a perfect player for Lonzo. But this frees up another guard spot. Eric Bledsoe is way past his prime at this point. Definitely on the downturn of his career.
Right.
Coming to an end. I still like Eric Bledsoe. He was one of my favorite 2K
He's
players.
a dog.
Baby Braun,
Yeah.
his nickname. What an
Always
awful
dunk
nickname.
on guys.
But I really think this works, and I'm glad they freed up a guard spot for when you have a guy like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who can now step up and play huge minutes.
And
with
Kyler
Eric
Lewis
Bledsoe.
Jr., their first-round pick last year, too. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I saw something on Twitter today that the Pelicans GM, David Griffin, has no plans of Lonzo Ball being on the team next year. Who knows how true that is? I mean, obviously, I doubt he would come out and say that.
Yeah, what a weird thing to say.
Because then, he might not get offered a crazy deal because New Orleans isn't going to match. Or actually, no, maybe you do say that, so then Chicago's like, all right, they're not going to match. We'll throw
give him 12 mil.
we'll throw him 15 mil, and that's an easy match.
Yeah.
So
Easily.
I don't know, but then that kind of pisses off Lonzo and LeVar. So
I don't know if they should.
you don't want to piss off LeVar.
No. Dude, when was the last time LeVar Ball was in the news? I haven't seen him in the news in so long.
The last thing, I did see a thing on Instagram not that long ago. It was when LaMelo got drafted, and it was when Anthony Edwards went 1, and LeVar was like, thank God I didn't want him going Minnesota. Like, just talking hella shit about the Timberwolves.
But we all know if he would have went 1 overall, I'd be like, we all knew it. Like, Minnesota's his home. Like, it's where he belongs.
Yeah, he belongs in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's what LeVar would have said. I love LeVar. Shout out LeVar Ball.
Shout out LeVar. And LiAngelo Ball is going to be on the Hornets Summer League team.
The Ball brothers, no matter what, I think Kenny said this. I think this is where I'm getting this from. Maybe it was Noah, the guy we just started watching. Maybe. Or I did. The Ball brothers are awesome. They get Jello a million opportunities to make the league, and he just won't. He won't ever. LaMelo's probably walked up to Michael Jordan and was like, hey, you think you can give Jello a spot on the Summer League team? Like, just give him a shot.
He's aight.
Jordan was like...
He hangs out with all me and my boys. Like,
and Jordan was like, sure. Like, whatever makes you happy, buddy. He can play.
That's funny. Next in the news, though, is moving away from basketball for a minute. Aaron Rodgers. This guy has been in the news like every single episode we have done the last month. He has been in the news topic. I think this is the last time he should be in the news for now. We'll see. But Aaron Rodgers came to an agreement with the Packers pretty much on a 1-year deal to have 1 more year in Green Bay because they couldn't come to an agreement for him to play. It seemed like he was going to retire. That was the rumors. He has returned to training camp, and he is going to be available to kind of pick where he goes next year. It would be via trade, though. It's not like it's a 1-year deal and he's a free agent. It's more of a
1-year deal.
1
then we
year of
agree to
guaranteed
trade you.
money, and then we can flip you, and it'll be super easy to trade you now
Yeah.
too. So it's beneficial for the Packers. And they pretty much said that he'll be able to pick where he wants to go too. We'll see how true that is because of all the beef has been going on. Imagine if they traded him to like a horrible team,
Send him to like I was gonna say Jaguars, but that's not a good one.
the
But
Jets.
dude, this benefits every other team in the league. They just made Aaron Rodgers easily tradable.
Yeah.
Like any team can now trade for this guy next season.
And Devontae Adams is also probably going to be gone next year because he is a free agent after this year. Everyone's already saying he's going to the Raiders because he's got ties with somebody. Not, I don't think it's Gruden, or Derek Carr. I'm pretty sure. I think they went to college together.
Oh, and
Don't take me-
The Red Derek Carr
Fresno
go to college.
State,
I don't know. Where
San
Derek
Diego
Carr went to
State?
college.
I think it's a California school.
No, I think it is.
Is it Fresno State? I think it's
It might
Fresno
be.
State.
It
If it's
might be.
not, then yeah, we're wrong. But I think that they have connections there. But
We don't keep up on Derek Carr very much. here.
or yeah,
Or
the-
Devontae Adams college.
I don't keep track of the Packers very much, but and then Randall Cobb is also getting traded from the Texans to the Packers to reunite with Aaron Rodgers. So the Packers are doing everything they can to make Rodgers happy. It looks like, except for, I mean, I guess it's just not really working. But
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, once there's like bad blood between two people, and like there was bad blood between him and the general manager, like it's really hard to fix that, especially in a workplace. And like it's not just gonna be fixed with talking. Like that's not how it works.
yeah,
So I don't see it being fixable. Let's say he goes out and wins back-to-back MVPs. Like
be
he's
crazy.
probably still out. I mean, he just came off
Yeah.
one and wanted out. So
definitely.
I think this is definitely like the last. This is his Jordan.
The
year.
Last Dance,
This
yeah.
is-
And it would be so funny if the Packers, like, they're him and Aaron Rodgers or Devontae Adams are trying to recreate this Last Dance, go out
Let's
one
make a
more last year,
documentary.
and then they just like sucked. Like they go like 5-12 or
They've
something.
got the camera crews and everything.
like they just are awful. That would make it 10 times funnier.
I'd watch that documentary. I would watch the hell out of it.
Definitely.
The 5-12 Packers Last Dance.
Let's move on, though. That's pretty much it for football news. Cade Cunningham, the projected #1 overall pick, soon to be Detroit Piston, signs a big-time deal with Nike. I assume that's, he's going to be rocking Nike shoes and everything. I mean, low-key, if Cade, balls out within his first year or two, he could get a signature shoe from
Like, why
Nike.
not?
Like the Cade ones.
Yeah, they put out a Zion. Already.
Yeah, the Zion, he's got his own signature shoe. Like, Cade's not on Zion level, but if he becomes a superstar, imagine if he got his own signature shoe. That'd be so sick.
That'd be so dope.
I don't know how much money he got or what the deal is with Nike, how long it is, but it's the biggest deal out of any rookie coming into this class, so.
Yeah, and the Pistons, speaking of Nike, the Pistons need to work on getting rid of the Jordan logo on their jerseys.
They don't have it, I don't think.
I thought they did. I
No,
thought
I
they
don't
had Jordan
think, I think
jerseys.
that they they don't wear the Jordan the logo because
But there are Jordan jerseys, right?
I don't think they've had one Jordan jersey. I think they've all
I
they've
thought
all
they
just been
were
Nike.
Jordan.
I don't think
So I
so.
remember hearing something about
See, I thought it was the other way around. Like, no
They
way
would.
the Pistons would ever put the Jordan logo on their jersey.
I thought they did, and I thought I saw something about Jordan laughing as the Pistons are wearing his.
I don't think so.
Logo.
Did they? I mean,
don't know.
obviously none of their home or away or alternate. Them those black jerseys that we had were Nike, I'm pretty sure. I don't think we've had a Jordan logo on the jersey, but there's a chance.
Doing research. Maybe my phone is so bad.
Yeah, I don't have my phone here to see if any trades happen. I mean, the trade could happen on this podcast today.
Okay, I'm not
Probably.
gonna look it up.
I don't
My
think there
phone
is,
wrong.
but
Maybe I was
because
wrong.
I think there might have been someone making a jersey, like a fan created one, and there was a Jordan logo on it, and someone quoted it on Twitter.
Oh, it'd be
Maybe
really
that's
nice
what
if
it
we
was.
did have your phone. So
I
we just
know.
look at your phone background and boom, we'd know.
Oh, I don't think that there's a Pistons Jordan logo, but still, Cade rocking Nike with the Pistons' new upcoming jerseys, hopefully are going to be sick. Is going to be awesome.
Let's go, baby. Cade's a Detroit kid. He wants to be in Detroit.
Yeah, so does Jalen Green.
Yeah, apparently. That's the other news. Jalen Green wants to live in Detroit, even though he's not getting drafted here.
Yeah, like we said, you can commute from Detroit to Houston if you want. You're probably going to get sick of it pretty quick, but if you want to live in Detroit, go ahead.
At least 42 Doug lives there too. Like you, 42 Doug, and Cade.
Yeah, it'd be a great trio. Lastly, on the news, some Olympic news. Simone Biles has withdrawn from one of the events, not from every single event from the Olympics, but she had like somewhat of an injury, she said, but it's more of a mental health thing. Apparently, that a lot of things have been going on with her behind the scenes, and she wasn't really ready to even come to the Olympics and participate, which is a shame, because she's one of the best to do it, and it sucks to see her in that she doesn't want to do the things she's so good at, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
It just, that's, I feel bad for her,
Yeah, and it is sad. And apparently, I was watching a video. It's called the Twisties. Like, she has the Twisties.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, when she's, like, doing flips, apparently, like, it feels like she can't really, it feels like she's not in control. Like, she doesn't really know what she's doing, which would be scary. And then I saw the whole thing about, like, pressure. And I read another thing about, because she quit doing the team. She quit with the team. She wasn't doing any more team gymnastics, any of that. Because the way the judges were scoring her was unfair, because like she was doing skills that nobody else can do.
Yeah.
And they were
still
like,
weren't giving
they
her,
were giving her like a 9.5.
just because she's Simone Biles. Yeah.
And she would like bounce a little bit at the end. But she's like, nobody else can do it. I just did. I just bounced. And the other girls are getting 10s for doing half.
That's so dumb.
So she's like, I'm lowering the team's score because I'm so great. At the same time, I do wish, I'm going to say this because I said it. It's my opinion. It's been my opinion. I do wish her withdrawing from it would have came a little bit earlier. I feel bad that she took another person's spot in the Olympics for her to be there and not compete in certain events. Like, somebody else could have been there. Some 15-year-old girl could have been in her first Olympics ever, like Simone Biles was, but she took the spot. And the comparison I saw was like, imagine Michael Jordan in 98 in Game 7 was like, I don't want to play anymore. And but that is extreme. But I just wish that it would have came out earlier. But if it happened during the Olympics, I guess. And
I assume it probably did, because she still has like events to next week and stuff. So we don't know if she's done or not. But yeah, it's just unfortunate, because she's one of the best athletes and best American Olympians like we've ever seen. Yeah, like probably the best female Olympian. Her, Katie Ledecky, probably.
There's the
that I've seen.
Yeah, that we've seen easily.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
she's easily the best female gymnast of all time.
Oh yeah, like not even
it's not even close. Like, Simone Biles is the GOAT.
Other Olympic talks. Team USA finally won. They killed Iran by like 50. Kevin Durant had 10 points again, but that's
Dame
fine.
balled out. Dame had a good game.
Yeah, it was Dame time.
When is Jason Tatum gonna have a good game?
I don't know. I didn't see what he did.
But like, what?
Apparently, Booker and Middleton and Drew Holiday all played well, which is like, that's just funny. Like, them dudes just are not stopping hooping.
It doesn't make sense to me that they're playing.
Did you see that? Did you see that JaVale McGee coast to coast play? Yeah, he grabbed they were up by like 40, and he grabbed the rebound off a free throw and just took it coast to coast. Didn't pass.
Dunked it?
It wasn't a fast break. No, he just laid it up, but like, it wasn't a fast break. It was just off a free throw miss.
It's weird because like, it's so weird that some Olympic teams, you go and watch France, and you can name 7 NBA guys on that roster. Is there an NBA guy on the Iran's roster?
Probably not.
And like, isn't that weird?
Not one I can think of.
Isn't that crazy that they're like in the Olympics without an NBA guy?
Like, how did they qualify?
I want to watch.
You see Luka the other 48 points.
Huh?
Team USA scored 70 against France. 76. Like, what?
How does one dude have 50?
Unreal. Luka's crazy.
I want to watch that team.
I know. Like, Luka, Slovenia versus USA.
Give it.
Like, USA will probably win, right? But
I sure hope so.
Because it's Luka and a bunch of nobodies.
A bunch of guys who have never made.
No offense to Slovenia, but like,
this is their first Olympics
you're playing, what, is it a 12-man roster, I'm pretty sure?
Yeah.
You're having 12, like, good leaguers. Most of them are all-stars. Yeah. And then Luka and a bunch of other. There is one other NBA guy on his team, but other than that, like, a bunch of guys who never, like, at least aren't on as high of a level as the other guys.
Exactly, they're still pros. Like, they're still gonna cook.
Yeah, they're still professional guys.
I'm not shitting on them for that, but like, compared to Kevin Durant, they're not on the same playing field.
Definitely not.
Who's the other NBA guy on the roster? Do you know?
It's played on the Nuggets. Vlatko Chanchar or something like that.
I remember you saying something
I think that's him. He is in the Olympics. I'm pretty sure he's on Luka's squad, but he might be on a different team.
The French game, seeing Vincent Poirier.
Yeah.
That was weird. It was one of those guys I just hadn't thought about in so long. But
French team's got a lot of guys.
French dude's cold.
Gobert, Batum, Fournier. There's a bunch more too.
Poirier. There's a couple guys.
Or no, Ricky Rubio, Spain.
And like eventually Sekou and Killian will probably both be on the roster.
They'll probably be best players. So
hopefully.
Are we ready to hop into this like mock draft? Kind of like talk about some trade rumors before though.
Yeah.
So going into this draft, obviously there is an unreal amount of rumors going around the NBA. The big ones, Ben Simmons. Dame Lillard trade talks have kind of died down. I don't know if
I don't get why.
Yeah, like I don't know if he's going to get moved. We don't know. Lonzo Ball, though, is a big one. Bradley Beal is a big one. I saw Cam Reddish is in trade talks right now, which I think, honestly, though, his value is at a pretty high amount right now. So if Atlanta wants to get a star.
Atlanta has too many good players on their roster.
They have too many good young players, yeah.
Way too many good players in general.
Yeah.
Like they have 12 competent ass.
But like guys that in
teams.
5 years like are all going to be like starting worthy players.
Atlanta has done a perfect rebuild. It's just about finishing the rebuild now and winning the championship.
Winning it,
yeah.
But no trades have happened yet other than the Valanciunas one. We probably won't see a trade happen before the draft, but there definitely will be trades during the draft. It just depends on how big of a trade. Is there going to be a superstar traded? Is there going to be a Cam Reddish, a young guy that could be a star? Is there just going to be a bunch of picks traded for each other?
This could be the Ben Simmons Warriors trade right on draft night. You could see the Ben Simmons and pick 28, 27 for
28,
7 and 14, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could see that move. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
I honestly do believe. Obviously Ben Simmons I think will get traded. And today they said that him and Rich Klein are working on a deal, and Daryl Morey said that they do plan to move Ben Simmons this offseason. But Daryl Morey loves to get assets, or at least he likes to capitalize on trades. So I think I saw that thing that said Simmons to the Spurs. They asked for like 4 first-round picks and something, and like a young, like two or three young players. Which
they didn't specify.
Like DeJounte, Derek White, and like Devin Vassell for Simmons, I think is a nice trade. If
4 firsts,
not 4 firsts though. But like I'm just saying, without any picks, those 3 guys for Simmons.
That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good.
I think
pick.
that's a good return for the Sixers. I feel like D Murray would be pretty good. I mean, all 3 of those guys are good defenders, so you won't have to worry about defense. Maybe you have to throw in the 12th pick if you're San Antonio.
That's a nice little package.
Yeah,
that's a nice little package.
I think Simmons on the Spurs, he'd still have Lonnie Walker, Keldon Johnson, DeRozan if he wants to come back.
Oh my, Simmons and DeRozan would be not good.
True,
that would be horrible. the floor spacing on
Patty
that roster
Mills
would be
they'd
awful.
still have. So
Patty Mills, the goat.
Yeah, I feel like Ben Simmons will get traded tomorrow night. I kind of have a feeling that it'll happen during the draft, but there's also a very high chance it doesn't happen. So.
I mean, every year there's about 6 All-Stars who are in trade talks, and there's about 1.
Yeah, I included 3 trades in my mock, but only one of them is like important for the mock part of things, if that makes sense. Like only one of them.
You just had to make the 3 trades to make it work.
Yeah, no, like I made the 3 trades. I guess we'll just talk about it when it gets to it. So are we ready to hop into it?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's do it. So we did our 1.0, and mine's pretty different. I will say mine is definitely different than my old mock.
The top half is pretty similar for me. Like the top 10 is pretty similar, but like 11 through 30 is a lot different, I would say.
Like my top 15, my top 15 is still very similar, but I don't know. A lot of guys did move, so I had a lot of guys drop and a lot of guys rise too.
Yep, exactly.
So let's start off with the first pick. This is where I have the first trade. No, I'm kidding. That would upset me. It wouldn't upset me because it would have to be the craziest trade ever.
It would be Shea in 6,
but we're not talking about
reportedly offered.
Yeah, I know. I heard about that.
Reportedly offered.
I don't think it was offered. Let's just pretend it wasn't offered.
No, it was.
I don't think it was.
I think it was.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, the Pistons said it wasn't enough.
First pick. I have the Pistons taking Cade Cunningham. Obviously, No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
What's Cade's nickname in Detroit? Does he have a nickname? He doesn't.
Double C?
Double C? No. CC?
CC?
Dude,
that ain't bad. That
CC
ain't bad.
works.
I mean, Cade is just like pretty cool.
CC works because it's like the same way like Isaiah Thomas, like Zeke. Zeke is a cool nickname.
Zeke is really cool.
Like, I don't know where it comes
There's
from.
got to be a nickname that he'll get at some point.
Something with ham. Could be something with ham.
Ham. Oh,
Cade Cunningham.
could be. Yeah, you got ham and beef stew.
Oh, you got Thanksgiving
Now
dinner.
I got to think now I got who has beef stew at Thanksgiving dinner. Now we got to think about for Sadiq Bey. But second pick, I have Houston staying here. Houston is still very aggressively trying to get the first pick from the Pistons. Sure.
Good luck, buddy.
I have it the same as my old mock, and I have Houston taking Jalen Green here at pick 2.
And I switched it. I did have Mobley going here, but now I have Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Jalen Green's stock has clearly risen. Mobley has really fallen out of first overall pick talk.
Yeah, he didn't even meet with the Pistons. He was supposed to, and he didn't even want to meet with them.
Jalen Green is not out of first overall pick
definitely
talks
not.
at all.
They could take Jalen Green,
Like, that
not
is
even kidding, but they probably won't.
I think Troy Weaver's just messing with all of us with all that. I really don't think he's even questioning.
He's just saying that just so he can get a crazy ass trade offer.
You're
from
telling
somebody.
me, like, wouldn't you just trade down if you're taking Jalen Green?
Right.
Wouldn't you just trade down to
Right.
two?
Yeah, exactly.
Give us 2 and Christian Wood, or not
Something,
really.
yeah,
Kevin
but
Porter.
just something like that.
Yeah, you're right. We're taking Cade. Stop.
Yes. Like I said, we're
At
moving
number
on from
3,
that. Yep.
the Cleveland Cavaliers. I've got them taking Evan Mobley.
And this is where I have like my main trade of this mock. A lot of talks about teams trading up with pick 3 because I think the draft is definitely like the top 3. And then like Suggs obviously is probably gonna be really good, but I think the top 3 are very solidified. Are gonna be pretty good players. I have not the Orlando Magic trading up to pick 3. That's a very popular mock trade, them trading 5 and 8. I have the Oklahoma City Thunder trading pick 6, pick 16, and pick 18, all 3 of their first in this draft, to the Cleveland Cavaliers to move up to pick 3. I think OKC is desperate to make a move to get a top 3 player in this draft. They don't really have much bigs on their younger bigs on their roster, except they got rid of Moses Brown. So they have Isaiah Roby, who was a Pistons second round pick. Pukasevsky was more like a wing player, honestly.
Like a 3-4.
Darius Baisley, who's more like a wing player. They don't really have many bigs. So I have them trading up to pick 3 and drafting Evan Mobley.
I like that pick a lot, actually, especially with like who I have them taking at 6. Like you'll hear it, but like it makes sense, but it's not by any means is their pick 6 a perfect pick.
Right.
Like I'm not looking at it, I'm like, man, that's a perfect fit. It's like, oh man, I wish there was a better option.
Exactly, yeah. And like OKC or Cleveland, I think this is nice for them because I don't know. It just depends on if Cleveland wants to take on 3 new rookies this year because they're kind of on a pressure spot to start to compete as well. So maybe they package some of these picks for a player.
Get rid of Sexton.
Yeah, the Sexton thing is still up in the air because if Mobley doesn't go 2, which is sounding like he's probably not going to go 2, do you just stay at 3, draft Mobley, and keep your core? I mean, you let Jarrett Allen walk in free agency. Like, we'll see.
Cleveland's in for like either a really rough next 4 years or an extremely good next 3 years.
I feel like
good decisions.
See, I just feel like that. I don't see a future for the Cavs where they are going to be like competing in the next few years. I think their rebuild is going to like last like 3 or 4 more years.
I think they need to hit the reset button on their rebuild.
Yeah.
Like Darius Garland and Colin Sexton are not it.
Yeah. Like Garland could be
good. No, they can be good, but
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean,
just not together.
Ugh.
We'll see though. I mean, they still have a lot of young players on their roster.
It's been 2 years.
With the 3rd pick, we'll see. 4th pick.
Toronto Raptors. This is, I think, the no-brainer. It's Jalen Suggs. He'll be right here. Jalen Suggs to the Raptors just works. The talk is all let Kyle Lowry walk, let him go play for a contender, and see what happens. I love Jalen Suggs in Toronto. I think it fits. Toronto is a very cool place.
Yeah.
And Jalen Suggs is like a cool dude who didn't go to this super popular college. He went to Gonzaga. Like they're not.
I mean, they're very popular,
but they're not
for
Duke.
basketball. Yeah,
they're not Duke.
Right.
Is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Like he's not. I think Toronto is like
they're starting to become Duke.
They're like a
low-key.
second tier NBA team. Like they're not Chicago, New York, Miami. And I think Gonzaga is starting to become a number one tier.
Yeah.
But I think Jalen Suggs is also part of that.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
So I think it's awesome. And I think he'll fit right in Toronto. I think it's a perfect place to grow for him.
I also have Jalen Suggs going at 4 to Toronto, but there's been a lot of talk about them taking Scotty Barnes at 4.
I think it'd be crazy.
The thing about the top 4 is it's just been so set in stone that these are going to be the top, even the top 5. These are going to be the top 5 for literally like a year. And I feel like that something is good. There's no way that it ends up being what it was supposed to be. That's why I'm trying to make my mock accurate. Like I'm trying to make it what the draft is going to be. And I just really feel like something random is going to happen. Like they're not going to pick Suggs.
Somebody's
going
to reach.
Yeah, someone's going to reach. Just how? I mean, at 4 though.
Mm-hmm. That's an early time to reach.
I still think the regular top 4, or Suggs will go at 4, and it will be because the top 3. There's no way that like Mobley or Green falls out of the top 3, right?
That you'd be.
What if Mobley falls out of the top 3? What if OKC trades up and wants a guard? I mean, it's just a thought.
I mean, maybe, but like at the same time, that'd just be kind of wild.
It'd just be crazy.
Like Mobley has multiple time All NBA potential.
Yeah,
like he has definitely extremely high ceiling,
top 20 player in the league for sure.
I think Evan Mobley has a high floor. I think his floor is like really, really, really good player. Like not all-star, like just tier below
player, like
a tier below,
like
all-star.
a Rashawn Holmes.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a good player.
Yeah, just a damn good player.
Yeah.
Like a guy you'd love to have in your roster.
Pick 5.
Pick 5. The top 5 has been sealed in for a year, like you said. I've got him taking Scotty Barnes. I don't think this top 5 is going to work. I don't see Kuminga enough in the news. I'm not hearing enough about him. And then
there hasn't been much good about Kuminga lately.
I'm looking at new mock drafts, and he's falling in all of them, and all I can think is they're seeing something I'm not. I'm impressed by the film. I think he's an athletic monster. But
he didn't show a lot that was positive in
especially
the G League.
and for Team Ignite he did not.
Yeah.
Jalen Green was like a standout stud, and then there was like, oh yeah, Kuminga's on the team.
Yeah.
But like it wasn't like Kuminga's a balling in the G League or anything. But Scotty Barnes next to Jonathan Isaac. Granted, Jonathan Isaac won't be playing this next season, right?
No, he'll be playing. He missed his whole last year.
He missed last year. Yeah.
Yep, he'll be playing.
Jonathan Isaac and Scotty Barnes, a defensive duo. Good luck scoring.
Yeah, but Orlando's not going to be able to score anyways, though.
Well, maybe. You got to look at pick number 8.
Yeah, true. We'll see.
I still have him with pick number 8.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, yeah. They didn't trade up.
Pick 5, I also have Scotty Barnes going at 5. So we have the same top 5, even though I had a trade at 3. Yeah, Scotty Barnes has been a definite riser of the combine and the pro days, and he's just been doing really well as far as his prospect talent, I guess. Like, everyone is just loving what he is showing. Very versatile player, can play the point guard, can play the forward, can defend at all levels. Like we said, his jumper is the only thing that is, but he still will shoot. It's not like he doesn't shoot. Pretty good attacking the rim, but he's just a very good all-around player, and I have him going at 5 as well.
I could see him being an extremely talented NBA guy. Like he has this top 5 has such a crazy, and like I'm gonna throw Kuminga in there, so I'm gonna say top 6.
Yeah.
Has crazy,
and I think the
high
top
ceilings.
6 is like gonna be the top 6. What if Kuminga falls out of the top 6 though? I don't know.
He could.
I'm gonna check the video really quick.
Okay. Oklahoma City at 6. Speaking of Kuminga falling out of the top 6,
Really?
I have OKC reaching for Book Knight, James Book Knight.
I saw that in ESPN's new mock. They had Book Knight going 6. Yeah, well, it was ESPN Plus. So.
Oh yeah, I don't. Have
yeah, I saw that. I've seen it in
a lot, and I like Book Knight a lot. I think he's a baller. Granted, though, OKC kind of has their backcourt. I mean, they have a very talented backcourt.
I mean, Dort is
unless you move Lou to a 3.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely run Shea, Book Knight, Dort. You definitely could. But they still have a lot of other younger guards. They have Kemba still.
Yeah.
They have, what if they don't even end up moving Kemba? They have Teo Maledon, who played a lot last year.
But Book Knight has shown his ability to both score the ball relentlessly and also facilitate extremely well. He's shown both sides. And playing alongside
Very good
Shea,
offensive player,
who does the exact same thing, facilitates and scores extremely well. Like that could be a duo that is extreme. Like that can be one of the scariest duos in the league.
Yeah,
no doubt.
I've talked a lot about Book Knight when I said if the early in the season, if the Pistons end up not getting a good pick, got screwed over in the lottery, he was kind of that non-top 5 guy I would want to get. And I don't have him going here at 6, but yeah, Book Knight to OKC. If I had OKC still picking at 6, I would probably have them going with him.
Mm-hmm.
I have Cleveland here picking at 6, though, because of the trade that I had. And I do have them taking Jonathan Kuminga here. I think that, I mean, it's tough, but Kuminga kind of fits their position needs, I guess. They kind of need a 3/4 if they don't end up moving any of these guys and they bring back Jarrett Allen. But Kuminga definitely is a project, and Cleveland, I don't know if that's the spot for him. That's why when I made this trade, I almost had Kuminga falling, but it was like, I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything or, what your mock is, but I don't see him going to Golden State at 7. So I just couldn't see Kuminga falling out of the top 7. So I have him going at 6, but it definitely could happen.
And the thing with Kuminga is like, we don't really know what his skill set looks like. I mean, yeah, he's super athletic.
I mean, he doesn't even have that big of a sample. I mean,
No.
He played 3 years of high school. He reclassified, played 1 year of EYBL, summer or AU. Like, I mean, yeah, he was very good high school player. Like, and he's gonna be a top, 10 pick. Like,
At least, yeah,
it's not
top
like he
10.
sucks. It's just like he's definitely a project.
He is the guy in this draft that everybody's afraid to take. He is the guy that everybody's like,
With the top
could,
pick, yeah.
He could be a bust. Most of these other guys, you're like, they'll at least still be good.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably not going to bust, but at least they'll be good.
I mean, and you look at past drafts. Kuminga is a guy who is a very athletic wing player that is going to be good at defense, and his offensive game is the question. Look at past drafts, guys that have been very similar picks like that. Josh Jackson is the first guy that comes to mind. Look at where he turned out. I mean, Josh Jackson is
great
is
now.
a role player. Stanley
I was
Johnson
just gonna say Stanley, dude.
Stanley Johnson reminds me a lot of Kuminga. Kuminga definitely has, is definitely a better prospect than Stanley Johnson was, but
Same style of basketball.
yeah, exactly. A good defensive player that's athletic, but his offensive game is the question. And it's not like he has one thing on. I mean, yeah, he can attack the rim well, but
But it's like everything offensively.
yeah,
it's like in
exactly. It's
question.
like that's his main concern, and it's just yes, he is 18 years old, so that's the upside of him. Mm-hmm. Pick
At
7.
number 7, the Golden State Warriors. Though you don't think they'll take Kuminga, at this point, after Kuminga has fallen this far, I think, and I say fallen this far, we've seen players fall a lot farther,
Right.
but like it's one of those like, we also have the 14th pick. We might as well take Kuminga. So I've got them going with Jonathan Kuminga.
I feel like if they did take Kuminga, they would have to package him in a trade. Because I also have Golden State picking here at 7. I wanted to make a Golden State trade, a Bradley Beal, Ben Simmons type deal, but I just don't think it's going to happen. And I would love to make a mock on what I would do, but I'm trying to make a realistic mock, and I just don't see that happening, them trading these picks by the time tomorrow night. But they definitely still could draft guys here at these picks and then move them. And if Kuminga is there at 7 and you have a plan of moving, still wanting to make a deal, I think you for sure draft him because his value, he still is a very good trade asset, better than other guys you could take here at 7. Mm-hmm. But if you plan on keeping the guy that you draft, I don't see them going Kuminga just because Wiseman is a project, and now they add another guy onto that when they're also trying to win a championship. It's just like you don't really have time to try and develop these guys while you're also trying to win a championship.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're still in. The Warriors are drafting with 2 lottery picks. They're in win now mode.
Yeah,
they're not in win later.
Win now, like within the now or next year.
Yeah, it's like
Curry and Clay and Dre, mainly Clay and Dre, are not getting any younger.
No, not at all.
We don't even know about Clay. Like,
we don't know if he's going to be good.
I hate to say that, but we don't know how good he's going to be. He's going to be an elite shooter, obviously. But his defense, I mean, how is your shooting going to get hurt from your
you might get like
Achilles?
a yips. You might get like a case
No,
of the
he
yips.
won't. Klay Thompson?
Dude, I'm just saying.
No,
We've
he
seen
won't.
crazy things happen.
No, he won't. But he also could just not be as good of a defender, though. I mean, because of his injury. So he still will be a good shooter.
I don't know.
There's no way that he just becomes a bad shooter from an ankle injury.
Yeah, probably not. You're right. But I don't know. I wouldn't count on Klay Thompson coming back and I wouldn't count on him being an all-star.
No, yeah,
first season
definitely
back.
not.
Like
Definitely
not even
not.
close.
Yeah.
I wouldn't not even close to counting on him. He could be an all-star.
I wouldn't count on Klay being the second best player on your team if you want to win the championship.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Obviously in 2015, I mean, you could argue that Draymond was, but this is 7 years, gonna be 7 years later, going on 2022. So like,
and 2 ACL injuries.
Yeah, Klay Thompson would be a great third string at this point, but obviously if he comes out and balls out, then he's proven us wrong. But I still think they need to make a move, and whether he's the second or third best player, it's like a 2A, 2B, like a Siakam type move. I think that would be nice still. We'll see.
I was just going to talk about that. Like, imagine the Raptors trading Siakam for Kuminga and then whoever, if they take it 14.
Yeah, 7, 14, and you could probably get Wiseman out of that deal too.
Like,
Raptors, the
what
Raptors
a great
they're in
package.
a weird spot because they could compete with their roster next year 100%. Like, they just had an off year. Or they could take the complete opposite route and move Siakam, let Lowry walk. I've even seen Fred VanVleet trade talks and have a nice future. I mean, they really could have a nice young core if they wanted to.
So, and you look at it from the Raptors' perspective, is there any point, and I think a lot of teams are now looking at it this way, is there any point in competing if you don't have a shot at the chip? Do the Raptors really have a shot this next year?
There is a point if you have like a younger team that like is like the Atlanta Hawks. You know that they're going to be back next year with younger guys that are getting better.
I guess the Raptors are similar.
Raptors are similar, yeah.
I guess
they're not a team that's going to go out, compete next year, be the 5 seed, and then they're just going to like suck after that.
They're not getting old.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you're right. I didn't think about it that way. That's a good point.
But anyways, at pick 7, Davion Mitchell, was the talk here for the longest time. And I have Davion Mitchell kind of falling in my mock, honestly. And I'm a big Davion Mitchell fan. And I think some people are overreacting to his age or whatever. Like, I still think he'll be good. But he is a smaller, older guard. And I think that's not really what Golden State needs. I had him going there in my last mock. And after thinking about it, I have them taking Franz Wagner out of Michigan going pick 7. I think that I was reading about Franz Wagner in a mock I was looking at earlier. And everyone is just like obsessing over Franz Wagner just because of his potential. I mean, there's not often you get a guy with his frame, his 6'9", long arm, athletic ability that can move as smoothly as he does. And he's so good with the basketball in his hands, like playmaking wise
and without it.
Yeah,
He's
and without it.
extremely
Yes,
talented without the ball.
And obviously, he's an elite defender. I
That
do like
works.
Franz.
No,
I am a
works.
fan of Franz, and like I know he went to Michigan. I don't like many guys from Michigan, but Franz, I definitely am excited to see him in the NBA.
That's definitely a fit pick.
Yeah,
It's like we're drafting this guy because he fits
I
us.
think he fits Golden State great.
Yeah, and I think you say that, and yeah, he does. The only reason I said is because like I think it's too early to draft him. Like I think it'd be a reach to draft him.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, if you're in win now mode, drafting for fit makes sense.
That's kind of what I went with. Yeah.
Number 8, the Orlando Magic are back. We talked about them taking Scotty Barnes at 5. Where's their offense? Here it is. It's Sengun. The big man, best offensive big man in the class other than Mobley. Extremely smooth playmaker, super talented. The only issue is his foot speed. We can say the same thing about Jokic, who just won the MVP.
Yeah, for real.
So I don't think it's a big deal on defense, but if you're that good of an offensive player, it all balances out. It's just when it comes winning time, you got to learn.
Orlando is definitely in a longer term rebuild too, so they have time to develop him for sure.
And it's an NBA trainer. Like they can develop his foot speed at least more than what it is right now.
And we'll see. Orlando has a lot of question marks with their bigs. Mo Bamba trade talks have been big this offseason. He really has not panned out so far in the NBA. Wendell Carter Jr., who's been a solid player, but doesn't really look like he has the ceiling to take it to another level at least. So adding another big to that mix is definitely interesting because I feel like they'll be forced to trade one of them away. I saw something about Sengun at the Combine or some sort of measurements or whatever. He was just a lot bigger than everyone thought he was. Like everyone didn't realize that he was as big as he actually is, which is really good to know. I don't have them taking Sengun here at 8, but I do have him going a lot higher than I did in my other mock. So at pick 8 here, you already had him off the board. At pick 6, I have Orlando going with James Bouknight. Drafting Scotty Barnes at 5, a defensive-minded player.
Again, offense.
You go offense at pick 8. So and Orlando needs it because they have a lot. They do have a lot of good defenders, but they don't have any shooters on their team. Like, they have Terrence Ross. That's it. Like no other guy on their team can shoot even competently.
No, nobody. I
Cole
mean, they have
Anthony,
Markelle Fultz at
like
the 1.
maybe Cole Anthony.
Eh,
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe. Yeah,
Cole
it's a hard maybe.
Yeah. Pick 9.
At number 9, Sacramento. Yeah, we are 9 picks.
We've been doing this for like a half hour already.
I've got Sacramento Kings, and here's where I have Franz going. So it's not that different. And again, he fits this team
I had
very
him going
well.
there.
Yeah, I think
mock.
I think I did too. Maybe I had him
I
falling.
have it right in here.
No, not in this book. That's the wrong book. But De'Aaron Fox, maybe Buddy Hield. He might be gone at next season.
We'll see.
But De'Aaron Fox and Franz works. I mean,
You
Franz,
could play
like I said,
Franz at the 4, honestly, too.
Franz is so talented off ball that he really can. He's a great pick for anybody who already has a dominant ball handler.
Yeah.
Like it's a great pick if you already have somebody who has the ball in their hands all the time.
He can be a good 2 option. I think no, actually. I was going to say maybe a comparison for Franz, like his absolute ceiling. I was going to say Chris Middleton, but not really, I guess. Chris Middleton is more of a ball-dominant player, I guess.
Scorer.
Yeah.
Like his scoring is nothing.
Franz could just be a really good, like, second option guy. Like, when your top guy goes off the court, all right, Franz, now it's your time to take over.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to think of a guy who he could be like.
Yeah, because he is very defensive-minded and off-ball-minded.
And like we've talked about this, he has games where he's looking to attack. He's going to score 15, 18 points. He has other games where he's only going to shoot 3 shots in the game. It's just like, it's not his, other guys it's their turn.
Yeah, he's not getting his moments.
Yeah.
When he has his moments, he usually converts. I say usually because of the air ball.
Yeah.
But when he has his opportunities, he usually
usually, except for when it matters most.
Except for the biggest moment of his career.
Except for when his draft stock is on the line at the most. Pick 9 for me. This is where I have Alperen Sengun going. I could see Sacramento. I think there's a guy here on the board at 9 that you got to take. I mean, if Franz is there at 9, I would take him, but it's not Sengun. It's the guy who I have going with the next pick, and I think you should take him. But what do I think Sacramento's going to do? Not draft the right pick because they are very known to do that. Other than De'Aaron, actually Tyrese Halliburton too was a good pick last year, but that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sengun I think is a good player. Sacramento, it might be losing Rashawn Holmes this offseason. Marvin Bagley is, he's a big time question mark. So, and their guard, the Sacramento's very guard heavy. So you got to go either wing or big here. I think they're going to reach and take Sengun.
At number 10, Memphis Grizzlies. This is a team that's in a weird spot. Just because they have so much young talent, it's almost like you're just drafting a guy to be a backup, but you're not.
Yeah.
And I've got them taking the point guard, small forward, shooting guard, 6'8", Josh Giddey. He does it all. So playing next to Ja Morant won't be a problem. It's not like he's going to be playing behind Ja Morant. I think if he gets picked here, he'll be playing with Ja Morant.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I like Josh Giddey a lot. He is fun. I am worried, just him being Australian. I've had some Australian. One of the Australian NBA players I fell in love with when he came to the league.
Was it Dante Exum?
Dante
That's
Exum.
what I thought. I thought you liked Dante.
He was so much fun to play with in 2K. Whoever
Yeah,
created
he
that
was
rookie
good.
class.
Even like last year, remember his Ruby card last year, bro?
dude.
That card was fire. I'd
Dude.
use that with my Diamond Squad, dude.
Dante Exum, like, shout out you for just being cool. Like, he was just
Yeah.
cool with me, and it was all his name. Like, Dante is a cool name, but granted,
Dante and you're Australian. That's awesome.
awesome. But I'm taking Josh Giddey out of Dante. Oh, I don't think he'll be like Dante. That's what I was trying
Hopefully
to say.
he's not like Dante. This is like the one exception of my mock draft where I have them. I made the pick what I would like love to see the most. And if I was following my own rules of doing what I think is going to happen, I would have had Giddey here because that's what apparently like is the talks that Memphis wanted pick 10 so they can take Josh Giddey because they think he'll be there at 10.
Isn't that a weird thing to say? We want pick 10.
Or yeah, I mean like
Instead
they
of-
just wanted to trade up, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know if it was they want specifically pick 10, but
But I'm saying, like, you didn't want pick 6.
yeah,
Like,
right, but something realistic they could get, I guess. But I don't have them taking Josh Giddey though, just because there's another guy that I would love to see on this team. So I kind of did break my own rule, but I have Memphis taking Moses Moody here at pick 10. Moody has been rising a crap ton in mocks as well. He's a guy that I could definitely see sneaking into the top 10, going to Orlando as one of their picks. Hell, even Golden State, I could see taking Moses Moody.
Apparently in the draft combine, he's been shooting the shit
I
out
know,
of the ball.
and that was like his only
question mark.
And like obviously, like he wasn't a bad shooter. Like he definitely is a better shooter than like Kuminga, Scotty Barnes, Franz, but that was like his only thing. And his potential is just like he's 18 years old.
And he's huge.
Man, he's
Like,
huge. He's 6'6", but he looks like he's about 6'9",
and 300
and plays
pounds
the
of
shooting
muscle.
guard position. I mean, I could see Moses Moody like getting drafted high. Like he could. What if he randomly got picked at like 5 or like
6 goes to
Yeah.
OKC. What if they take Moses Moody to play the 2? Oh my God, that team would be
tough.
disgusting.
be tough, dude.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
think Moses
God.
Moody will end up being for sure a lottery pick, and I do think he will be a top 10 pick. And with Memphis, that's why I wanted to do it. Ja, Moses Moody, and Dylan Brooks.
Oh my God.
And then you got slow-mo with them, like Kyle Anderson. Like,
never heard that nickname.
yeah, he's the most slowest, smoothest player.
He's so slow.
He's insanely slow, but it makes him a good
It
player.
benefits
Yeah,
him.
it's like it's good that he's slow. I love Kyle
Me
Anderson,
too.
man.
I like him.
And then you have Steven Adams now on this team too. This team is vicious. This team is aggressive. Like you don't want to play the
no,
Memphis
they're dogs.
Grizzlies. Yeah.
Bunch of dogs.
Like they are going to get in your shit.
you haven't
playing
even
this team.
mentioned Triple J.
Yeah. Quick, while we're in the middle of this podcast right now, let's do the
Oh.
shout out of the day.
It's got to be
Something
Moses
about
Moody.
viciousness or like what are we gonna do?
You could do something about the Razorbacks.
Oh, we could, yeah.
Arkansas.
Yeah, but that's nah.
We need to think of this before we do the podcast.
I know. I just randomly was like, all right, we're like halfway through the mock. Let's just do it right now. We are going to comment. Oh, let's. I don't want to do like say comment this. I more want to do like a question every time. So should we say what is the most?
Who is the guy?
Who's the most like vicious player in the NBA?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like Pat Beverly is the. Don't comment Pat Beverly.
Yeah, we don't like
Other
him.
than him, comment who is the most vicious player in the NBA. And while
Yep.
you're at it, go comment who has the best team from our episode 100 fantasy draft.
Please, if you're not watching on YouTube, you can literally do it while you're listening to the
Yeah,
podcast.
like literally
right
bro,
now.
Literally. You can go on TikTok and just check it out and comment on there.
Right this second.
Yeah.
Like as I'm talking.
Yep.
In your
Okay,
ear.
resume to the mock. Pick 11.
I've got Charlotte going here with the guy who we've talked about. His name's Moses Moody. Okay.
Who?
It's that easy. Moses
got him.
Moody to Charlotte.
Wow, that would be awesome.
Next to LaMelo,
Yeah.
Moses Moody can go to any team and it'd be
Facts.
awesome.
Pistons trade up, bro. We need to get him and Cade.
Dude, if Chicago got a pick in somewhere, Levine and Moses Moody, it'd be awesome. Like,
Anybody. Dude, literally, Jakob Pertl and Moses Moody in San Antonio. All right,
No.
pick 11. I have the same one. I think this is like the only one other than the top 5 that I have the same as my last mock. I have Corey Kispert going here at 11. I think it makes sense. I think him and LaMelo would be a great asset for LaMelo for sure.
at number 12, San Antonio. This is where I have Davion Mitchell. Fell really far in my mock draft. I think I had Warriors taking him. I think we both had that.
Yeah, I had Warriors taking him.
He's fell all the way to
There's
12.
another guy who fell really far for me too that I just realized.
But Davion Mitchell's still Davion Mitchell. I'm really hopeful that he's good because I like him a lot.
Same.
At Baylor, he was a lot of fun to watch.
He's a dog.
An absolute dog. So I'm really high on him, but San Antonio taking him. I think it just works. I mean, they need more guard depth anyways.
I agree. 12 San Antonio. Did I have this last time? I kind of want to check again. No, I didn't. Pick 12, this is where I have Josh Giddey going. I think that a DeJounte Murray trade is probably going to end up, and not probably, it might happen. There's been talks about it. But Giddey, I think, fits the Spurs. I think any foreign player fits the Spurs. So.
Yeah, if it's Pop.
Yeah, exactly.
Granted, he's coaching Team USA, but he loves his foreigners.
I guess that doesn't really
Isn't
make
that
sense,
weird?
but-
Like, he's like the king of foreign-born
Yeah.
players and coaches Team
I mean, this
USA.
is only his first year coaching Team USA, but
He's usually an assistant, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
Steve Kerr coached him in 2016, right?
No, Coach K.
Oh,
Coach K always did it, but
Yep.
yeah, he's done now.
13, Indiana Pacers. This is where I have Corey Kispert going. Any team can use a
Dude, he
sharpshooter.
fits Indiana. He
Yeah.
is
Oh.
Doug McDermott.
He
Imagine them
is.
on the same team. It's pointless.
Corey Kispert is. We could imagine him on any team, and he's a perfect fit.
Kispert could be more than just a shooter, though, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But he also like isn't gonna improve a crazy amount.
But he's a pretty talented
But he's
defender.
going to be good for exactly.
He's not a bad defender at all.
He was a really good defender
Yeah.
at Gonzaga.
He's talented.
I don't know how well it'll translate to the NBA, but yeah, he was a very good defender at Gonzaga. So he was in the passing lanes very well. I have Davion Mitchell going at 13 to Indiana. Malcolm Brogdon, there's talks about him getting moved. But Indiana, at the same time, they brought in Rick Carlisle, and I don't think Rick Carlisle is there for a rebuild. So I think you go best available with your pick. I think Davion Mitchell for sure is best available there.
14, Golden State's second pick. Now thinking about it, like right now as we're sitting here talking and we've discussed things, I'm a firm believer that opinions can change when new information is
definitely
revealed. Like I have no problem with somebody changing their opinion. I will change my opinion. This is where I have the Warriors taking their win now pick.
Okay.
But now thinking about it, you probably flip and pick your project player later in the draft.
Probably. Like
Right.
after you already got your
win now
Yeah,
player.
I definitely agree.
Granted, I think this win now player is a absolute. I almost just cussed up a storm. Absolute bucket.
What were you gonna say? I mean, I say that you could swear.
I know, but it was just like it was going to drop a hard F bomb.
Oh my God.
Like hard emphasis on the F. Chris Duarte out of Oregon, 22 years old, absolute bucket, sharpshooter, plays really solid defense, and he win now mode for Warriors.
As far as best players in this draft as of this moment right now, Duarte's for sure top 5. Like
Easily.
best player right now in the
Easily.
draft. But yeah, like you said, he's older. Duarte, I was gonna have him going here at 14. I went with another guy, but I really wanted to have him here at 14. And unfortunately, there's like no other team
That
after
needs
14
him.
that I'm like really needs him until the 20s. So I have Duarte kind of falling. I expect him to be a higher pick though. So that's kind of one thing that I wish I would have done differently with my mock is had Duarte going earlier. But I have a guy going here at 14 and when we did our original mock, I said that I could see him being a lot higher by the time draft night comes. And that's exactly what's happening. He's been rising a lot in mocks, becoming into a late lottery pick, and that's Trey Murphy, the third out of Virginia. Another win now player. Played 2 years at Virginia, I'm pretty sure. Or he only played 1 year at Virginia, but he transferred from another school before. But another great all-around player. Shoots the ball, lights out, plays good defense.
It's not that much different than Franz Wagner.
Exactly.
It's not that
Just
much
different. He's a better shooter than Franz, probably
Worse
a worse
defender.
defender, not as big.
He's like
but-
6'8", isn't he?
Yeah, he's like 6'9", but
Yeah.
I think Franz is definitely longer.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But yeah, they're very similar players, and I think that having two of those guys for Golden State, you can never have enough wing players that can shoot and defend. You can never have enough.
There's always a spot on the floor for guys
You
who
can
shoot
run
and defend.
Steph Curry with 3 of those guys and Draymond Green,
And boom.
and there's your team.
Yeah.
Draymond Green kind of is one of
Oh
those
my
guys.
God, dude. Trey Murphy, Franz, and Draymond.
Imagine like just the lineup of like just thinking
Tossing
out of the
out
blue.
there.
Yeah,
Yep.
like Wiggins is on the bench. Wiseman is still
Poole
on the
isn't
team, but
playing.
he's on the bench. You got Curry, Clay. Who did I say? Curry, Clay, Murphy, Wagner, and Draymond just on
Oh
the
my
court
God.
at the same time. Like,
2 rookies on the court with 3
but like
Hall
I
of
think that they
Famers.
would play well. Like
me
I
too.
really do. But I don't know. I thought Wiseman would play well too, and
Franz is so perfect for the Warriors.
I know,
You're so
right?
dude.
That's what I was like.
Like screening. There's no way Franz is one of
Franz
the
would be
best.
so
He's
good
gonna
on
be
the
one of the
Warriors.
best screeners
Dude,
in the
it's
NBA.
so hard to not root for the Warriors.
So hard.
Like, I want them to do good.
Me too.
It's so, like, and it was weird because when they were dominating, all I wanted them to do was be
lose.
bad.
I
Like,
was-
Kevin Durant, I want him to leave so bad.
Get
and then he
out.
did, and it's like, dude, that was low-key kind of cool when he
It
was
was
with
fun.
Golden State. Like,
yeah.
all right,
absolutely.
we're out of the lottery now.
15, Washington Wizards. They're in win now mode. This is what I think will happen. They don't make very good decisions. They're not a good decision-making team.
No.
I've got them taking Jalen Johnson, who I really have no idea what to expect.
I have him falling kind of far in my mock. Yeah.
Well, he's fallen.
I had him
He's
going
risen.
12 in my first one.
He's fallen. He's risen. He's fallen. He's
That's
all
true.
over the place.
Yeah, he is.
His combine, his pre-draft workouts haven't helped apparently, but they haven't made it any worse.
Like, I could literally see him going 9 to Sacramento.
Why can't he?
But I could see him like almost falling out of the first round.
Remember Boble?
Yeah, bro. Bobo was supposed to be top 10 pick.
Like he had the coolest
I think
suit
that was
at the
just because of
draft.
his injury, though. I'm pretty sure, but
He had literally the coolest suit at the draft and didn't get
other
picked.
than Kevin Knox Fortnite.
No.
suit. I think that was the year
That was-
before.
yeah, that was lame. That was horrible.
Anyways, my pick 15. I have a guy that's been kind of falling in mocks too, but I still think he'll be the first, or actually the first non-lottery big man, Isaiah Jackson. That's what I was trying to say. The first non-lottery big, because I had Sengun going into the lottery. Isaiah Jackson at 15 to Washington. I still think Isaiah Jackson has a really high ceiling, amazing shot blocker, and a very good lob threat.
Yep. Shout out Isaiah Jackson. He's from Detroit, if y'all don't know.
Yeah.
So shout out him. Or
For real.
He went to a Detroit school. I guess. I don't know if he's from
I think he
Detroit.
is from Michigan. I don't know where at, but
16 OKC. Here's where I have them taking the guy that we both have fallen in love with over. At least I have. I think the way you just talked about him. We have Trey Murphy.
yeah, for sure.
Cannot wait. OKC. Imagine OKC with Book Knight and Trey Murphy on their team. What a fun team.
nice. That's
what
nice.
an absolute
And Shea.
fun team.
Definitely like
Or
that.
Moses Moody and
It's so hard to not fall in love with a bunch of these prospects.
Yeah,
and then they start playing, and then you realize like, oh, they're not going to be as good as I thought.
yeah, like
they
we
were.
all. I think every
Like, I
single one of
think
these
all
rookies
these
is
guys
going to
are gonna be
average 12
stars.
points a game.
I
This-
think all of them will be all stars at one point.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, they're not going to be.
Yeah, because that's never happened.
Yeah, it would be the craziest draft class ever. At 16, this is where I have Cleveland picking here because I had the trade. I had them taking Kuminga earlier. I think that they go big here. I got Kai Jones from Texas going at 16.
I'm a big fan of Kai Jones. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
Huge fan. 17, New Orleans Pelicans. Like I said, they just freed up a guard spot. I've got him taking a bigger guard, kind of plays the 2 or 3. I think I had him right in the same area last time, and it's Keon Johnson. Absolute freak of nature. Athletic, jumps out the gym. I mean, just a literal freak. I don't know how else to
Yeah.
describe him. 6'5", can play the 2 or the 3.
He could play the 1 too a little bit.
He really does it all. He's a lot of fun to watch. I think he'd be so much fun on this Pelicans team.
Yeah, definitely. Imagine him and Zion
Yeah, and then Lonzo.
dunking.
Like Lonzo's passing him the ball.
I also have Keon Johnson at 17. I had Keon Johnson going at 8, I'm pretty sure, in the first mock. So he was the guy that said, holy crap, I didn't even realize I had him falling this far. I like Keon Johnson a lot, and I nothing against him. I don't have a reason for him falling. I think there's just more guys I had rising, and
Yeah, that's just it.
obviously dudes have to fall if I have guys rising. So
Yep. 18. OKC Thunder again. This is where I have Kai Jones going big. Got rid of Moses Brown, getting a young big whose feet are the fastest in the whole combine. And when I talk about feet a lot, I think it's most important. One of the most important parts of basketball.
especially as a big man, 100%.
His feet are unreal. He can guard 1 through 5, 2 through 5.
Yeah.
Unathletic too, but he does a damn good job on a 1 or a 2.
He could guard Eric Gordon.
Yeah, easily. He would clamp the piss out of Eric Gordon. He would dominate him. Kai Jones, lob threat, perfect for Shea and Book Knight to throw to. I love Kai Jones. I really like him.
Pick 18. I have Cleveland making their third first-round pick in this draft here, and I think, like we were talking about earlier, they did go project with Kuminga, I guess, with the first pick, but their third pick in the draft, I think you can afford to take another project player. I have Zaire Williams going at 18 to Cleveland. Like I said, Cleveland's in a weird spot. I don't know what their rebuild is going to look like. If they want to go for a more elongated rebuild, I think taking Zaire Williams here is a win-win. I mean, if he becomes good, he becomes good. If he doesn't, he's your third first-round pick. You know, you have 2 other guys who you're more focused on.
It's like Beef Stew this year.
Yeah, exactly.
But Beef Stew panned out. Look how
Yeah.
perfect that worked out. 19, New York Knicks. The Detroit kid going to New York. Isaiah Jackson in New York would be awesome.
Yeah.
Catching lobs in the garden, blocking
be awesome.
shots in the garden next to Julius Randle.
Especially, there are a lot of Mitchell Robinson talks. Nerlens Noel is probably going to be gone in free agency, so they could use another big.
Defensively, this team just will stay great. You add Isaiah Jackson, and the team is just as good
For
defensively.
sure. 19, I have them going with guard. I think I might have had this last time, but I have Trey Mann going here at 19. I really
You're
like
really
Trey
high on
Mann.
him.
I like Trey Mann a lot. I think that he's going to be a good player. He's such a good offensive point guard, a bigger point guard at 6'5", and he has a good enough frame to be a at least competent defender. And I think he has the tools to be a really good NBA player.
Yeah, excited to see what he does.
His bag
I'm
is
excited.
definitely, he has one of the bigger bags in this draft.
Absolutely. At 20, Atlanta Hawks. They might as well not draft anybody. They don't need a player. Guess what they do need? A project. Zaire Williams, welcome to the Atlanta Hawks. They could never play him, and this would be a good pick.
Yeah.
Like, he could never get a minute. Or he's going to turn out to be really
They should trade him
good.
and Reddish, or they should trade this pick, Reddish, and somebody else for, like, somebody good.
Like a star, or like a mid-tier,
Yeah.
like a lower, bottom tier, not star.
Unless you like that third person is like someone like a Kongwu or
or like
Collins.
DeAndre Hunter and
Yeah.
trade for a 3
Yeah.
at that point. Just replace your clean house on the
Trade
3.
for LeBron or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they'll do.
Pick 20, I have, this is a very basic pick. I have Jared Butler. I had him go in there last time. I wanted Jared Butler to fall to the Lakers. I think that would make a lot of sense, but I didn't.
But no. 21, New York. I've got them taking 21. I've got them taking a guard here. Just flip flop. I assume. I guess you might not have taken a big.
I
but,
do.
I've got them taking Jared Butler here. Jared Butler again is perfect for the Garden.
Yeah.
Especially with how calm, cool, and collected he plays. I mean, you saw in the Final Four. He doesn't really
Very
show.
confident.
Yeah, very confident, but not like crazy emotional.
Oh, yeah, definitely not. But
Like, very
he'll
low
miss
key.
4 or 5 shots in a row, and guess what? He's still shooting them.
Yeah, and Davion Mitchell's not like that. Davion
Yeah.
Mitchell's
Yeah.
kind of guy, and Jared Butler.
Butler is very calm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
agree.
just he goes out there and does his job
Definitely.
and nothing else. And I think that's perfect for the Garden.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of pressure there, and everybody else gets excited for you.
Pick 21, I have the New York Knicks with their first round pick, taking Usman Garuba, big man from Spain. He's actually on the Spain team too, which is pretty cool.
I didn't have this dude getting drafted because I know nothing about him.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about him last time. He's a very defensive-minded big, a smaller big, like 6'8" power forward / center. But I've seen him. His mock value is very weird too. I've seen him as high as a late lottery pick. I've seen him in the low 20s. So we'll see. I think the Knicks getting a defensive-minded big though makes sense. You had Isaiah Jackson. I have Garuba.
22, the LA Lakers. This is a tough one because it is very hard to draft players to put next to LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Like, it's not like any guy just kind of fits there. I've got a guy to take the pressure off aging LeBron James, guy with the ball in his hands. I think you had him going here last time. That's Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas, whether he's the 10th man or the 6th man, can come off the bench, take the ball out of everybody's hands, and go and play make or score, which I think this team needs more of.
Yeah.
I think it has become such LeBron ball that it's killing them at this point. You saw it with Rondo in the bubble. Rondo came in the game, let LeBron just play the wing, and they did so well.
Yeah.
LeBron could play 45 minutes a game because he only had the ball in his hands for 28 of them. Rondo had him for the other 17.
Definitely.
I think you gotta find a way to make it work so that LeBron doesn't have to have the ball all the time. Your game plan can't be how do we have LeBron have the ball the whole game. It's got to be we need guys who can get it out of his hands and keep him successful still.
I think that the Lakers should definitely go with a guard here at 22. But like I said, I had a guy fall that I think is going to go higher, and he's still here at 22. Fits the Lakers absolutely perfectly. It's Chris Duarte. Do I expect him to be here this late in the draft? Probably not, but
That would be.
I also don't know if the Lakers are going to pick at this pick. I could see them maybe making him. I don't know, though, because they moved their late first last year. They don't have it for the next few years, so maybe you want to get a younger player while you can.
Did you see the whole thing about Dennis Schroeder? How much they're offering, or how much the offering is for him right now?
What is it?
It's like 106 mil for like 3 years, 4 years, 4 years.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
If you want to sign and trade, though, it makes sense because then you can match a contract.
The discussion is sign and trade to Chicago.
Yeah, for
I assume Levine or Vooch.
really, I mean, I would assume Levine. Really, that'd be weird. I mean, I know the Westbrook to the Lakers talk is big right now, but that would be tough. You'd have to sign Schroeder to a huge deal to do that.
Every summer, the blank to the Lakers talk is pretty big.
23,
23
and 24, both.
Yeah,
Houston.
we'll just do them both. I've got with the first one taking Day'Ron Sharp out of UNC. Big man. This team needs everything. It's just best available.
Just get anybody.
And their second pick, I've got them taking a showstopper, Sharif Cooper, play the one and ball out, hopefully.
I also have Shreve Cooper with one of these picks. Yeah, I think you can I think they probably should take a point guard with one of these. They don't really have I mean, John Wall, that's pretty much it. They don't have many other point guards.
I mean, we've got him taking Jalen Green.
Yeah, but
he's a 2, I guess.
Right.
Definitely true, too.
And then with the other first-round pick, I have a guy who's, like I said, he fell quite a bit in my mock. I had him going at 12 last time. He's here at 24, and it's Jalen Johnson out of Duke. I think that it makes sense for Houston. Go project guy. You know, he's gonna. They have a lot of guys at that position, like Jayshawn Tate, Kenyon Martin Jr., but throw another guy in there. It's not gonna hurt.
There's nothing that's going to hurt
Kevin
you.
Porter Jr. will probably play point guard for them next year if they do go Jalen Green at 2.
Nuts.
He will probably start at the point guard,
big-ass
right?
point guard.
I mean, yeah, he's like 6'4".
I thought he was like 6'8".
No, he's kind of small. He's not as he's like 6'4", maybe 6'5".
I thought he was.
I mean, he's not
humongous.
small, but he's like not as big as you would think he is.
Oh,
I guess.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I haven't watched enough Rockets games last year.
Yeah, who would?
I didn't watch a single.
25.
25, LA Clippers. I have Bone Highland going here. The Pistons fans are in love with him. He's an absolute scorer. That's all he does is score the ball extremely well. And the Clippers need a little bit more. I mean, Reggie Jackson really stepped up in the playoffs. Really showed he still belongs.
I bet that he'll
in the
be
league.
back in the Clippers too. I feel like he just fits. I bet it depends on if a team gives him a bag.
He
though.
fits the dogness of the Clippers
for sure.
He's a dog. Like, I don't know how else to say.
Yeah, I mean that's how I would say
he's
it.
a dog. And so I've got Bone Highland. He can play the 2 too. He is not a true one or anything. But
I
he's
have
just a
Highland
scorer.
going undrafted, but I wrote down like 5 guys that just missed it, and he was one of them. This is where I have, like I said, I had 3 total trades. This is where I have one of my trades, and this is just like the Pistons fan in me. I have the Pistons getting the 25th pick pretty much. I don't have like the exact trade offer. I'd assume they'd throw in 2 or 3 of their seconds and either Corey Joseph. I think Corey Joseph will be nice for the Clippers. I don't know if they can afford him. Or Josh Jackson, pretty much, or maybe a Sekou trade, but why would the Clippers want Sekou? But I would assume Josh Jackson and or Corey Joseph plus our seconds to move up to 25 and draft Cam Thomas here at 25. I mean, the only thing that the Pistons are really, I mean, not really though, because we don't really, Cam Thomas I view more of as a wing. I know he's a shooting guard, but he's not really like a ball, like a guard, I guess, point guard to me. And the only thing that the Pistons really don't have is just a guy who scores the ball. We don't really have that. Cade obviously could be that guy, but when I think of Cade, the first thing I think of is not he's a scorer. So that's why I have Cam Thomas.
And now that you say that, like, I think of Jordan Clarkson. Like, Cam Thomas could be Detroit's Jordan Clarkson. Come in and score 17. Because Cam Thomas is going to come in and shoot the ball.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Definitely.
And if he doesn't, he shouldn't be on the roster.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, get him off.
That's what he's there to do.
I love guys, and that's their job. Like, Jordan Clarkson will go in,
get buckets.
He'll go 0 for 11 some games and keep shooting. He knows.
That's his job.
He knows.
Yeah.
26, Denver Nuggets. I've got them taking best available. He's a top 12 player in the draft, no doubt. Ayu Dosunmu. Right now, he is a top 12 player in the draft, but he's old.
Yeah, I had Ayo falling out of the first round. I had him going with the Lakers last time, and I kind of just was writing down my picks. I got to pick 30, and then I was writing down my guys who just missed, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't have Ayo going. But I don't think I really don't know, though. Who knows?
I love Ayo, so I couldn't leave him off.
Yeah, I had him last time. But
yeah, you gave him the respect.
Yeah. 26, I have a guy who I didn't have last time in the first round, and that's Joshua Primo out of Alabama. Lights out shooter. I think that any team could use that. Denver adds him.
Brooklyn Nets. I've got them taking a 3-and-D guy on Miles McBride out of West Virginia. What a perfect fit for the Nets. 3-and-D. It's exactly what you need. And Miles McBride is like, I like
he got
watching
buckets at West Virginia.
I like watching him play a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy watching him play. And he was a guy I didn't even have drafted in the first round. I kind of forgot about him until I was reading through the mocks, and I was like, man, I really liked him too. Like, he was fun.
I had him going to Philly in my last mock, and I also had him he's my number one guy. I might just missed the first round, so tough that I didn't count him. Brooklyn, I have them going big. I have them taking JT Thor. I don't know a lot about JT Thor, but I've seen he's just a big. I don't
Ford?
really. Don't know. He's not. He's from college, but I don't know where. Actually, I really don't know. I didn't even write it down. But I just have seen mocks of him going like as high as like 20.
Huh?
And we'll see. He's a big with potential and a cool ass name.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the last name like Thor.
Yeah, like you're at least gonna get in the headline drafting him. So
yeah, it's like you should have drafted Diamond Stone in Louisville. 28. I've got the Philadelphia. Obviously, I have the Philadelphia 76ers taking project player. Granted, they're in win now mode. There's not a lot of guys that I think are here at win now mode. And like, if you're late in the first, you can just take a guy in the second to be your project.
True.
Or be your like win now mode. I've got Josh Christopher going here. Fallen completely out of most mocks.
I've seen him in late first in a couple in a good amount of them, but I definitely see him higher than BJ Boston now. That's for sure.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Like BJ Boston.
I had BJ Boston my last mock first round. He's not in. I don't have him in this one.
That's like whoever gets him at a second round pick. That is a great second round pick.
The Pistons easily could.
Like, why not?
They have the 7th pick in the second round.
Just take him, and I literally don't care. I just want to take the chance.
Yeah.
Just take the chance.
He'll probably get picked before 37. I would assume he does, but who knows?
I don't know. You're
I also have Josh Christopher going here at 28, but it is not to the Philadelphia 76ers. This is where I have my third and final trade. And like I said, I kind of have a feeling we're going to see Ben Simmons get moved. I have the Washington Wizards picking here at 28 as I think a Bradley Beal, Ben Simmons trade will go down tomorrow night. And I've always been on the I don't think Bradley Beal's going to get traded thing because we've talked about it every goddamn summer for the last 4 years now.
He's pissed.
Like, seriously, though, every offseason, every trade deadline, the last 3 or 4 years, Bradley Beal trade. Like, it was to Denver was the perfect one. Now it's Golden State. Now it's Philly. I think it is gonna happen because he's going in the final year of his deal. They got to get something for him. Washington is not gonna win the championship next year or anything. I think getting Ben Simmons is the best like young player you could get for Bradley Beal, and then you draft Washington. Also, you draft Josh Christopher here.
Yeah, you trade Russell Westbrook, and you have a great start to your rebuild.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
like what a great start.
Get Maxey and you get Maxey and Simmons.
Yeah.
Maxey, Simmons, and 28, and maybe another first.
Probably not another first.
Yeah,
but definitely Maxey and Simmons. 29, Phoenix Suns. They need literally nothing. Their roster's perfect. I've got them taking best available Trey Mann out of Florida.
That'd be nice. Yeah, maybe if Campaign leaves.
Mm-hmm.
I have them taking Day'Ron Sharpe, Jalen Smith, their backup center they drafted last year.
Doesn't play.
Hasn't really played at all. Doesn't really look like he's going to be any good. And maybe they just go with a different guy to compete with him this year.
Unreal. I think they wasted a pick and made the finals.
10th pick in the draft.
Like they literally Top had 10. Number 10. Like I wonder who. I'd like to look back at that and see the guys who were available.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh my god. I mean, granted.
I'm trying to think of anyone else. Yeah, it wouldn't really make sense.
No. 30. I don't even know who's here. I didn't even write down the team. What's the team?
Utah.
I've got them taking Quentin Grimes out of Houston. Absolute baller.
Bucket getter.
Who is the other guy in Houston that I liked way more?
Goofy
player.
Jaron or Dejan. It was like Jaron, yeah.
Something weird.
Or Giroux. That was his last name. Yeah.
Played the weirdest style of basketball ever.
Clamp.
Yes, dude. But he didn't look
Dejan Giroux or something. Giroux, I know, was his last name.
That dude, it will be forever. Like I will figure out his name once we're done here.
Yeah.
He will forever be one of my favorite college basketball players.
He was super fun to watch.
Because he didn't play like anybody else I've ever seen. And his jump shot was whack.
Yeah.
The way he dribbled, whack.
But he always had the ball.
Always.
Like, he had the ball 90% of the time. And when he didn't, it was a pass to Quentin Grimes for 3.
He looked like he should be the number 30 pick in the draft, not Quentin Grimes.
Yeah, for real. And then I have Jaden Springer going here at 30 to Utah. So
where's he from?
Tennessee with Keon Johnson.
Yep.
My guys who I had just fallen out, I had Miles McBride, Bones Highland, Quentin Grimes, BJ Boston, Ayo Dosunmu, and Isaiah Todd were the main ones that I wrote down.
Shout out Isaiah Todd for falling out after not going to Michigan. Shout out that guy.
And Josh Christopher.
Boo. I'm playing.
Hopefully our mocks, we'll see who has the most right picks.
Yeah,
That's always fun to do. And we'll be back to maybe like do draft grades next episode or something. We still have to do our NFL episode, but I feel like we have to talk about the draft in our next episode at least. So
And then
Maybe NFL episode will be 2 episodes from now.
NFL episode's so hard because
I want to do it so bad
know.
because we really have only been talking about basketball.
but like now it's the off season. This is where you can talk about basketball the most.
Yeah, definitely.
The problem is the NFL and NBA off seasons are at the same
Next
time.
episode, we should probably do draft grades or just like talk about the draft, I guess, and then do another NBA topic.
Yeah.
Just to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Like signings, free agent predictions or something.
Maybe
Maybe we
don't-
have to do that,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
We don't have to, obviously,
have
but we
to.
could. Like, it's fun to
Yeah.
do. We did it last year.
yeah, we did do it.
And, like,
last
I
year.
don't think I got any of them right.
Yeah, we could do those 2 in one episode, and then next episode NFL,
Yeah,
and then until free agents are all done, or we say the news, obviously.
definitely.
Talk
And,
about it.
yeah, go check us out and everything. Like, comment. Yeah,
Peace.
bye.